This is another in the series of videos on how to sync your iPad to iTunes, and this one is going to look at managing your music on the iPad, in particular how to use iTunes Match to manage your music on your iPad. Now, to use iTunes Music Match on your iPad, you firstly need to turn it on the iPad. So in the settings, under Music, you'll notice there is an iTunes Match. If you have it off, then iTunes is managing the music for you and you're syncing music from your iTunes library to your iPad. If you turn iTunes Match on, then anything on your iPad will be replaced by whatever is in your cloud in the iTunes Match. So you enable that and turn it on and show all music. So anything that I now see on my iPad is there from my iTunes Match account. And it stores all of your music in the cloud, in your iTunes account. So any music you buy from the iTunes store automatically appears on all your devices using iTunes Match. Any music you haven't purchased from iTunes, so that might be music from CDs that you've ripped or songs that you've acquired from other locations, all of that is uploaded to the cloud and you can listen to all of your music wherever you are without having to download the whole lot onto a device. So if you've got hundreds and hundreds or thousands of songs, you haven't got a lot of room to store everything. When it's in the cloud, you can choose to just listen to it by streaming it. And streaming means you have to have an active internet connection. You play a song, it streams from the iTunes server, from your iTunes Match account to the device you're looking at listening to, so the iPad. And when you finish listening to that song, it's still sitting up in the cloud. If you want to listen to it again, it'll stream again. If you've got limited data, uh, in a data plan, then you don't want to keep streaming it all the time because it's still going to be eating up all your data. In that case, you can download that song and store it locally on that device. So with the iPad, what we have here in this setting is that iTunes Match is turned on so that all of the music on the iPad is being streamed from the iTunes Match account, uh, unless I choose to download it. As I have iTunes Match turned on the iPad, when I select my device in iTunes and select the Music tab, it already tells me that I'm accessing my music via iCloud. So I can download the song, I can stream the song via a Wi-Fi or any other sort of internet network, but I can't synchronize anything else. I can't create playlists in iTunes and sync them over to the iPad. To look in your music library, so not deselecting the iPad itself and looking at the music library, some of the songs there already have the cloud. So some of those songs are stored in the cloud. The ones that don't are stored locally on my hard drive. And if we have a look at that to be sure, if I right click on this one and get information, I can see where it's stored. There's its location in my iTunes media library on a separate hard drive. It gives me the path, plus all the other details. If you look at one of the songs that has the cloud symbol and right click on that, get info, it's located in iCloud. So I can stream it, I can play it, and if I want to download it locally, I can click the cloud symbol and download it. Now it's downloading. In the store menu is where you turn on and off iTunes Match. So it's turned on, and if I get new songs, so say I rip a CD, and I've got another 16 songs that I want to upload to iTunes Match, then I update iTunes Match and it will then gather all the information that is new, that it doesn't know about, and update my iTunes Match. You can also turn off and hide music in the cloud, so if I did that, all I'm left with are the actual songs that are stored locally in my iTunes library. And some of these ones, the ones with the exclamation marks, are ones that are problems that it can't find. So if we go back into the music app, and you can notice on the right here is the cloud symbol, meaning that every one of these songs And these are all songs either I've purchased. So these ones here from Luke Kennedy, I've purchased those from iTunes. But some of these other ones from these ones here are from CDs that I've ripped. And so the song has been uploaded to iTunes Match. iTunes Match will improve the quality of it, look for the artwork, fill in all the metadata, but they're all sitting up in the cloud. None of those songs with the cloud is actually located physically on the iPad. So if I wanted to listen to any of these, I need to be within range of a wireless network. I need internet. If I just tap one, it's going to start streaming it. And you can see the speaker there. The song will start to play. I can listen to it on my iPad. And you know it's streamed or streaming because of that speaker symbol. Go back to that song and download it this time. And you can see the progress of that download. It's downloading it from iTunes Match and putting it onto the iPad. And you can tell it's been downloaded because it now has the time of the song, the duration of the song, 4 minutes 04 instead of the speaker symbol. That song can be played and it's sitting on my iPad. If I want to delete it, that song, I can swipe to the right and delete if I'm quick, and it goes back to being in the cloud. Perhaps it's a playlist I want to create, and I can do that by going to playlists and creating a new one, and we'll just call it test, save. And that's going to ask me what songs do I want to add to that playlist. I can add all songs, but then I've got thousands of songs in my iTunes Match account, so it wouldn't be a good idea. But I could decide I just want to play all of ABBA's, so I can add them all, add a few of them into that playlist, and done. Now you can see the songs I've added because they're grayed out, so those songs there have been added to a playlist. So instead of trying to navigate my way through my music collection by title or artist, because they're the only two ways you can organize your music, you can create a playlist of favorite songs, purchase songs, whatever the criteria for that playlist, directly on your iPad. Then done. And there are all the songs in the playlist. If I want to reorganize them, holding those handles will rearrange them. 6 songs, 27 minutes for that playlist. To delete songs from the playlist, tapping on the red circle, and then there's a delete button, will delete that song out of that playlist. If I'm happy with that playlist, I can hit done. And they're all sitting up in the cloud. So I can play that playlist just by tapping a song, and it's going to stream that song once it starts. And you can see up here what it's streaming. Let's turn that off. You've got the tools here to shuffle it and rewind it and replay it automatically. But it's streamed. If I wanted to download all of those songs and play them all in a playlist, I can download them all. Instead of streaming that playlist, I'm downloading them all. And that will take some time depending on how fast your internet connection is. Now you can edit your playlist at any time by adding a new song to it. So let's add another ABBA song. Done. So the playlist is downloaded, and you can tell that it has because it now has the times, the durations of the songs. And when I tap playlists, go back, that playlist is ready to be played. So here it is here. I can now play those songs without having the need for an internet connection. Now, organizing your music on your iPad, there is only 2 ways you can do it. So at the moment, if we go into songs, the music is organized by artist. So you can see that there, and by the first name of the artist. So for Kylie Minogue, for example, you wouldn't look for the M's, you'd go for the K. There is on the right-hand side a quick way to find particular letters of the alphabet, but you still have to remember first name is how it's organised by. The other way is to organise the music by song title. So you do that by accessing the More menu and changing that sort by artist. Turn that off. And now the music is organized by title. You can see that there. To add new music to the iPad, you can purchase it from the store. So I can either tap the store button down here at the bottom, or go out of the music app and into the iTunes app and select the music tab, and then I can search for and preview and browse any new songs that I'd like to add to my collection. So if I look for something in this album, My Head is an Animal, if I've already purchased some, it will show me there in the iTunes app I've already purchased one song, two songs actually. This one I can play directly, and this one I've purchased. So if I want to complete that album, all I would need to do is tap the $12.61 and complete the album instead of paying the regular price of $16.99 because I'd already bought two. If you don't want the whole album, you can just buy it by song. So just tapping a song, so on the number, which will give you a preview of that song by the song. It says it's downloading, but it doesn't download until you've actually put your ID in, your password in. And when it downloads, you'll be able to track it in the Downloads tab. To see any music that you've ordered, that you've purchased from the iTunes store, you can go into the Purchase tab, and any song that you've purchased already from iTunes is available there, and whatever it is, and you can stream it or you can download it. All those songs are available in your iTunes Match account. So anything you purchase from the iTunes store is available in the iTunes Match and will automatically be available to you on your iPad. Let's go back to the music app. Then I've downloaded a song. So this one here, the mountain one, I've downloaded that one from the iTunes store. So it was in the cloud, and let's just download a couple of other ones. So anything I want to download, just picking a couple of songs at random to download them. And as you start downloading songs, that takes up room on your iPad, and you might need to reclaim that space. The quickest way to do it, if you've got a lot of songs, rather than just dragging from the right to left and deleting them that way, if you wanted to delete all the songs that you've downloaded and reclaim the space, you do it through Settings and going to General and Usage. And Usage will calculate all the apps that you have on your iPad and how much space they're taking up. And it's a way that you can delete in one go large quantities of the data. So once it's calculated, it will show you from the app that's taking up the most space down to the app taking up the least space. So in the music, it's taking up 1.8 gigabytes of space. And most of that will be the audiobooks, which is not what we're interested in. But all music, if I wanted to delete all those songs that I've downloaded in one go, I can tap here, or swipe from right to left, and delete all of those songs. And then go back into the music tab. And now they've gone back to the cloud. So there's nothing there on the iPad stored locally. As I scroll quickly through that, they're all up in the cloud.